It must be the first of the month! New Billboard Day!
I love seeing this classic Disney castle.
Me too.
Wait a minute, didn't we just talk about this in the first episode?
Well, you brought up the castle, Dashie, not me.
Drew dat.
Is this the worst Pixar movie?
Wait, you hate it? I think it's pretty okay.
No, what I mean is a lot of people hate this movie and have never really given an explanation why. Or if they have only given vague explanations.
Ah, I see.
It's basically that movie that is considered the black sheep of Pixar. Kind of like saying, in the 1990s, Pixar made two movies, Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2, and they would just not mention A Bug's Life.
Oh.
Also, Woody's at the end of this movie. So, is this a ripoff of DreamWorks?
It's a long and complicated story, and I could say I believe it was Jeffrey Katzenberg who pushed for Ants to be released first after he broke John Lasseter's trust by revealing that Ants was in production, while Bug's Life was also in production. Essentially, Ants and Bug's Life were in production at the same time. It's one of those he said, she said kind of situations. So it's kind of hard to say which was taken from each other. Key differences being Bug's Life was based off the ant and the grasshopper fable, while Ants was not that. One detail I love that we can see with the opening shot is that when you realize that the whole world of Bug's Life is actually not that big. To us, it's probably just as big as going outside, walking to your nearest tree, but the way the animation makes it seem like it's a gigantic field. But really, it's just the size of your backyard, and the movie makes it feel like miles and miles wide. Kind of reminds me of when I was little and got lost in the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids playground set at MGM Studios in Disney World. Well, Hollywood Studios now, but you get my gist.
It's funny how I love this movie that stars bugs, even though I hate bugs in real life.
Do you have a fear of bugs?
Oh yeah, wasps, bees, stink bugs, and hornets scare me.
Interesting. Well, I was never a big fan of bugs myself. They always creep me out. And too many cockroaches are in my basement. Ugh!
Oddly enough, spiders don't scare me.
It's spiders. No spiders. Unless they're Angel Dust, Miss Spider, or Charlotte, I don't want to hear about it. I love the use of animation of the ants getting the food.
And the use of them getting in line to pick the food. I'll need a very long time to think about a good pun in the scene.
Oh no! I'm lost!
What I said when I watched Delgo.
My brain on a daily basis.
You'll be fine.
Ah! There's a gap! There's a gap in the line! What are we gonna do?
Hey, they're at least 6 feet apart. Or 6 centimeters?
Gaps happen. We just lost a few inches, that's all.
Oh, right.
I love the measurements in this movie.
Your Highness, I can't count when you hover like that.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry.
I keep forgetting that there are ants in the real world that do have wings.
Isn't that right, AP?
I would love to have that tiny green bug as a pet. I shall name him Squishy. Wait, that's the wrong movie. I wonder what kind of bug that green thing is.
Oh, you're such a cute little aphid.
I was talking to Mother. You're not the queen yet, Ada.
Now, Doc.
Wait, her name is Anna?
No, she does not have my name. Her name is Princess Ada.
Ah, well, they both start and ended with the same letter.
True.
That's a cool harvesting invention.
Oh, it's Flick.
Flick? Flick who?
I'm sorry, I was really just trying to help.
I do love Flick as a protagonist. He really does care about the colony.
Here's a fun bit of trivia. Flick was voiced by David Foley.
I like your inventions.
Really? Well, you're the first.
What I said when I got my first actual follower on YouTube and my first internet friend.
Well, that's a big disadvantage for Flick's invention, and it's probably in beta testing. Or, to quote my adorable scientific hubby, failure again. God, that was a bad Cortex impression.
Pretend that that's a seed.
It's a rock.
He still has that berry on him?
I guess he didn't need help or no one would notice?
How could you not notice a walking berry?
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird inconsistency.
I wish I could have epic music like that every time I enter a new room.
Okay, that's everyone.
You forgot Flick! How could you forget Flick?
And into the anthill.
It's kinda dumb of Flick to just leave the machine next to the food.
Well, to be fair, the ants did put it right on the edge of a cliff next to a bunch of water. Anyone could have made that mistake.
You gotta give Flick credit. He at least tries to save the food and doesn't lie about the situation. Unlike later.
What did you do?
I caused the conflict of the movie! The parts train must move! Choo-choo! I think it's pretty cool and intense scene with the grasshoppers coming in. Not gonna lie, Hopper did scare me as a kid. He's like Jafar and Maleficent.
Are you saying I'm stupid?
Yes, I love this blooper so much!
Easy, Dashy. We're gonna talk about the bloopers at the end when we get through the movie normally first.
Aw, man!
I know it's funny and all, but we gotta talk about the movie normally first.
On a side note, why has it been 20 years since Pixar's done bloopers?
I don't know. I love their bloopers. Monsters Inc. was the last one to do it, and that was 2 decades ago.
First rule of leadership. Everything is your fault.
Wow, that's good advice for me.
How so?
Because if I don't notice the problems in my videos, I can't blame my teammates for this mistake. Because I look over their works. If the problems slip by me, it's not their fault, it's mine. And if it goes into my videos, it's not them that I can blame, it's me.
Oh.
And who said that villains can't have good quotes?
I never did. Some of the best villains, like Jafar, Scar, and Cedric, have good ones. Such as, the sorcerer's secret is never giving up the fight. You must keep trying till you finally get it right.
The sun grows the food, the ants pick the food, the grasshoppers eat the food.
We do that for 40 years, and then we die.
The birds eat the grasshoppers. Hey, like the one that nearly ate you. You remember? Oh.
Is that Bing Bong?
I go in here all the time. It's a shortcut, you see? D-A-N-G-E-R. Shortcut.
Yeah, that's the same actor, Richard Kidd.
Wow.
If I hadn't promised Mother on her deathbed that I wouldn't kill you, I would kill you.
And believe me, no one appreciates that more than I do.
Shut up.
This movie is funny.
I said, do you understand me?
Well, how can I answer? You said I couldn't say another word. Remember, Mom?
This is like the Three Stooges.
Flick, after much deliberation, we have decided...
You've won the honor of embarking on a great and noble quest.
I'm gonna tell him.
Don't you dare.
Nah, he's betting you're gonna die.
Oh.
Yeah, he says if the heat doesn't get you, the birds will.
Aw, what a loving family.
Oh.
I love the size proportion of the scene. It looks so big and epic. Even though it's a very tiny scene, that's why I love this beautiful animation.
He's gonna get the bestest, roughest bugs you've ever seen.
I love this introduction to the circus bugs.
I have been in outhouses that didn't stink that bad.
That's a good zing.
Come here. I want my money back. No refunds after the first 2 minutes.
Let's have a reoccurring gag of name that John Ratzenberger character for all the Pixar Path episodes since he is the only actor to be in all the Pixar movies.
Bonus points for this movie since this is John's favorite Pixar role ever. Brownie points for referencing an actual ringmaster of a circus, P.T. Burnham.
You're a walking stick. It's funny.
You're a walking stick, it's funny.
Oh, lady, like Papa. Yeah.
So, being a ladybug automatically makes me a girl. Is that it, flyboy? Huh?
It's almost as if they casted Joe Pesci as a bug.
When it's really Dennis Leary, who also played Diego in the first Ice Age, and Flick is also voiced by David Hyde Pierce, who also played Chris on Damn Versus. I probably say those names wrong, but I suck at last names, so shush.
Francis, leave them alone. They have poo-poo hands.
Funny story, writer Joe Ranft only did scratch recordings for Heimlich so another actor could play him. But due to Ranft cracking everyone in the story crew up, he ended up getting the part. May he rest in peace.
No, Harry, no! Don't look at the light! I can't help it. It's so beautiful.
Well, that bug is dead. That's a really cool spider design.
If you look in the background, you can see a poster of The Lion King on Broadway.
Oh my god, that's another thing. Jesus. How have I not noticed this before? I've seen these Pixar movies way too many times. How do I keep missing this stuff?
Oh, I'm really sorry. There was an accident.
Those are some clever details with the mime and the bug with one wing.
Who ordered the poo-poo platter?
This movie has some clever dialogue.
You fired! You fired! You fired!
You fired!
You're fired! Another line my family quotes, along with, allow me to help you to finish. And, okay, yeah, my family quotes a lot of Pixar and Disney movies. New running gag, let's see how many times I could say that. My family quotes this on a regular basis.
There she is.
These guys misgender others. They clearly are the villains.
That sounds like more like a villains in the 2010s.
That's true when animation became more far left-leaning.
What does he find? Some gender-confused wolf.
Hey, bartender, Bloody Mary. All positive.
So this is where Squidward goes after the Krusty Krab. Wait, they're still building the food fort at the same location?
To be fair, they never did ask Flick why exactly the food went away. Though if I were those ants, I would have asked before rebuilding. Unless the answer was because Flick and not the location. Also, if you play that scene where the food falls into the water, you don't see it sink to the bottom at all. It just disappears. That shit goes into the Twilight Zone or the Void or some shit now.
Hey, everybody! Hey! I'm back! Hey, guys!
Quick, stay down. Wait here until he leaves.
Hey, my, you just pop right open there, don't ya?
I swear, I heard that voice before. Is that Mrs. Cake from My Little Pony?
No, that's Eddie McClure, and I'm sorry if I butchered your name. You may remember her as the servant from the first Little Mermaid movie.
We drew one of you dying because our teacher said it would be more dramatic.
Heimlich won't be turned into a butterfly then.
Oh no! No Bugs Life 2!
Yeah, about that.
I tell you a tale of heroes so bold.
What's with Dot's constant winking?
Die!
I love the fact how the kids are reenacting this.
And they're really enjoying this. Ew, I thought I saw some innocent souls to eat. That's a pretty cool design for a bird, not gonna lie.
I love these guys so much.
Shame that everyone nowadays calls them Minions ripoffs.
What?
Yep.
But this came out like a dozen years before Despicable Me. And there's only 2 of them!
That's the internet for you. These 2 guys should get a short.
Strange how the first Pixar movie got a short was also the last movie to have bloopers.
What if Hopper doesn't like it? Then at least the genius will get smacked, and not us.
These guys are funny.
Hey, Hop. Go away. That's fine. Then I won't tell you my idea. Good.
I just realized that Hopper is on a battery.
Huh. Interesting.
Say, let's pretend this brain is a puny little ant.
I love how both the protagonist and the antagonist of this movie both have demonstrations with small objects and both use and pretend.
Did that hurt? Nope. How about this?
Hopper just killed 3 of his own henchmen and he just doesn't give a fuck.
You lied, Flick. You lied to her. You lied to the colony. You lied to me.
Okay, I have to say this. I am not a fan of the whole liar revealed storyline because it just adds all this unneeded drama to separate the characters and make things uneasy or uncomfortable or cringeworthy or some shit. And in those stories, the one who lies, they have grown or gotten better or the person or group they lie to has seen them change for the better. And even if it started out as a lie, it shouldn't matter at this point. They made a connection. It just makes things very uncomfortable. Dear Evan Hansen does this plot type much better because it doesn't matter if Evan has social anxiety or not. And he's not exactly a good person. And what he lied about was serious. He lied about being friends with an outcast who committed suicide. I wouldn't call it evil, but Jesus. Okay, but this is a discussion for another day. Here, I don't think it should matter if Flick lied. Listen, they have a bird that can work, and the so-called warriors can't fight because Francis got injured earlier via the bird. Flick should get some consequences for lying, yes, but they have a plan that can work. Do they not believe it can work because he lied? They built this together and did test runs and shit. They should know. If I was an ant, I wouldn't care if Flick lied. I would have used the bird to scare the shit out of Hopper. Besides, they can't collect enough food in time anyways, so they don't have much of a choice. Why not just go with a plan? They may not like it, but it's either find liberating yourselves even though it took a lie at the start to do so, or just go back to subjugation and misery because potatoes. Sorry, tangent here. This is like my biggest problem with Bug's life, and this is the reason why it's not really that high on my list.
Then she's dead, they cry, boo-hoo, we go home, end of story.
Oh, cool.
This must have been the inspiration for Crush.
You can be part of our act. Here, like this. Slapstick.
I love puns.
Me too.
Pretend it's a seed, okay?
I love how Dot does the demonstration now.
Now that's funny.
I 100% agree.
Me too.
Psst. Hey Hopper, do you know what else is funny? You dying at the end of this movie.
I hate it when someone gives away the ending.
You could say he jumped out of his skin. Get it?
Are there a bunch of little girls in this one too? Hello, girls!
Chris Hansen should have said this line on to Catch a Predator.
Hopper, why don't you take a seat? Take a seat. Over there.
Jesus, that's gotta be the cruelest way to go.
Getting eaten by a bird.
Nightmare fuel! Get your nightmare fuel for everybody!
Thank you for giving me a chance, because it's an honor to work with creative giants such as yourself. Shutting up.
Aw, I'm glad that they reformed Molt.
Yeah, Molt is like one of my favorite characters. I like him.
I'm finished! Finally, I'm a beautiful butterfly!
Another amazing quote from a very good boy.
Rest in peace, Joe Ramp.
Rest in peace, man. Also, bloopata!
Are you saying I'm stupid?
Yes!
This is the 15th take. I cannot work like this. I will be in my trailer.
I love how Hopper acts like a real person and not some sort of hardcore bad guy.
I kind of imagine this is how Jafar acts when he's not on set.
And action. To infinity and beyond!
Technically speaking, Flick does more flying than Buzz.